I'm Colton with Porsche Center Calgary, and I'm here today with a really exciting new piece of pre-owned inventory. This one is a 2015 911 Turbo S, so the very kind of top of the heap when it comes to the performance vehicles that we offer. Actually, I like to say there's kind of two top ends. You can either go GT3 RS, which is the most kind of stripped out racing version of the car, or you can go Turbo S, which is just kind of raw speed, acceleration, without sacrificing all of those luxuries that you do in the GT cars. Much faster in a straight line than those cars, but again, just kind of more luxury. So in this year, for 2015, the car uses a 3.8 liter twin turbo flat six. It makes 560 horsepower, and let me see here, 516 pound-feet of torque. So a ton of power, and of course these ones will have launch control, meaning you can do 0 to 60 in this one in around 3 seconds, depending what you're looking at. Porsche generally will underestimate those acceleration times, and they'll give you a number that's kind of the worst case scenario. But if you look at magazines that have tested the car, you'll see even faster times. It's capable of just insane performance, and though it's an expensive car, it's actually a pretty good value when you look at the amount of money you'd have to spend kind of anywhere else to be able to get a car that accelerates like this one. It's absolutely insane, wild performance. And the nice thing is, with this system, with the dual clutch, you can launch it again and again. It's not one of these kind of fragile launch control systems that you can use but ends up maybe damaging components or isn't always recommended. With this system, they say it's good for over 9,000 launches, which is, a launch every day for 20-something years. So you don't have to be afraid to use it. The car is quite robust. It can handle it, and it's an absolute blast. So let me break this one down a little bit for you. All of the Turbo S's, so not only do you get a little bit more power than the Turbo, but you get a few more standard features. Things like the ceramic brakes, so you can see those bright yellow calipers. That indicates you've got those ceramic brakes, which are about a $10,000 option on any other 911, but standard on the Turbo S. You also get these Turbo S center locking wheels, which are just really, really cool, and just give it, again, more of that performance kind of look and feel. They're awesome. This guy in particular, jet black metallic, probably the most popular color that it comes in, and the original owner added a lot of extra little kind of painted pieces throughout the car. So things like down here, the side sill, yeah, it comes down a little bit further than it would normally, and that's painted to go along with the body. As well, this rear intake here usually would be left unpainted. That piece was painted as well. So where the rear intake slats here, usually unpainted, painted in this case. As well, the rear fascia painted there as well. Again, usually it would just be unpainted, kind of black plastic. Here it was painted also. And it just gives the car, in my opinion, kind of a more complete look. You may not be able to put your finger on what's different when you look at two cars side by side with these options and without them, but this one just looks better, looks more complete, and it's due to those little kind of touches that the previous owner went for. As well, in the back, clear tail lights in this one, which were an option for this year. They would have been red as standard, but you could switch them out to be clear. The rear wiper is here as well, another option, and it is an option. Without it, you just have nothing. You've just got to kind of wait for the rain to come off the windshield. Here, you've got the wiper, which you can control, obviously, on a stock inside. Outside, what else outside? The LEDs, so top level headlights, they are dynamic. They'll turn with the steering wheel, look further down the road as you speed up, all that cool stuff. And then, as sometimes happens with these pre-owned ones, you get some bonuses like the 3M film. So the paint protection film covers the full hood, in this case, the front bumper, front fenders, and they went a little bit further than we typically do and did the A-pillars here as well, and the eyebrow on top there. So really, really well protected. It looks great. Been on the road for a few years, but you really can't tell. It looks awesome. I should note as well the mileage. What is it here? Just over 16,600 kilometers. Very little use, and it just looks awesome. Clearly very well cared for. So moving on to the inside. This one has the black leather interior, and it is on these Turbo S's a full leather interior, meaning your dashboard is all leather wrapped. So are the doors, of course, the seats, your armrests, all that stuff is wrapped in nice smooth finish leather. Interior is a really nice place to be. A lot of carbon fiber in this one, so the carbon fiber trim, but then also the carbon fiber steering wheel and the carbon fiber on the door sills, which is illuminated. And I always like when people, if you're going to tick one box, tick all of them and make it really cohesive throughout, which was done here. here, so I always like seeing that. Some other stuff inside you have, let me see if I've missed anything. Oh, the adaptive cruise is here as well, which we didn't see as often in 2015, so kind of nice to see that somebody was a little bit, I'd say, ahead of the game with that and selected it on this car. We see it quite a bit on the new ones that we're selling, but it just as recently as a couple of years ago, we almost never sold it. So this one is an example with it. So that's obviously nice to have. And then the Burmester audio as well, the high-end infotainment package, you'll see it listed as in the option list, which is the top-end sound system. Really cool. If you have high quality recordings, you'll get the most out of the system, and it sounds just phenomenal. That's where you really hear a difference. If you're listening to just radio, it'll be a little bit better, but if you have uncompressed music files, that's when you're really blown away by the superiority of the system. It's outstanding. And the roof is the glass sunroof that does open as well. Really popular roof. I always recommend it. Makes it feel just a little bit more open in the cabin. And that is about it for options on this guy. So I'll explain a little bit about the certification. This is a Porsche approved certified pre-owned vehicle. So that means we take it in and it goes through our inspection and reconditioning process, which is done by a Porsche certified technician using only Porsche genuine parts. The standard that we have to get the cars to is really quite high to earn that designation. So some of the things that we did to this vehicle, the major service, which is nice, that's due every 4 years, and it's a couple of grand. So we've already done that for you. You don't have to worry about that for another 4 years or 60,000 kilometers. So that's awesome. Drive belt, spark plugs, all that kind of stuff is included with that. Obviously an oil change and the more kind of basic stuff too. We also put all new tires. All 4 tires are brand new, which is great. They weren't worn down or anything. It's not that it was driven particularly aggressively, but when they get to a certain age to be certified, we just have to replace them. So that's what happened here. They're all brand new. And then with that certification, you get extra warranty. So in this case, the car will come with 2 years of comprehensive Porsche warranty starting from the day that you take delivery, and there's no kilometer limit on that, so you can drive it absolutely as much as you want, and for those 2 years it will be covered. So awesome car, kind of the top of the heap, as I was saying, performance-wise. The Turbo S is a very special thing, and with the certification, you don't have much to worry about. We've already done the major service. You're covered for a long time. So awesome car, great opportunity to save quite a bit compared to new, and still have outstanding performance. So if you like this one, if you're intrigued, come down, take a look. We can go through it in a little bit more depth and take it for a spin. Thanks very much for watching.